of their run scoring. They're the two sides that have gone through. And at the bottom there you see the one team that has qualified from this group, Pool C, are the Dolphins. And so they've joined the other 6 sides that are already through, but still one more place in those quarterfinalists, and that will be decided off the very final game of the pool stages. Eastern's winning the toss and deciding to bowl first. What do you make of that decision, Makai? Because there's a possibility that this pitch could get a bit slower during the course of the afternoon.
No, without a doubt. We've seen it, some of the balls, they were starting to stay low. But I think what gone through their minds is because they have a lot of spinners. That could be another thing that they thought of, would make much more better means, to win the game.
Two very important players for the Northwest Dragons. The two players for the Northwest Dragons. The two his partner, young Eben Botha, just 22 years of age. He's played well, and look at that strike rate. He's got a strike rate of 200. So if he can get off to a start and play effectively, they could put pressure back onto the Eastern Storm. As the Storm have done throughout the competition, they will open with spin, and it will be in the form of the off-spinner, who bowls just as well at the death as he does in the power play. It's the big hitting batsman, Yuri Snyman. Good economy rate. He's not there to really strike early because he hasn't got a great strike rate, but he is there to try and put pressure on by giving them a miserly start, and he does that pretty well in the power play.
Second game today, starting with the spin. We've seen it the first game, the Dolphins started with the spin as well. Seeing that there's a lot to offer.
Here's a stat for you, Makai. It's the 17th time in the tournament, that's out of 43 innings, that side has opened the bowling with a spinner. That's quite a high percentage. Over the top and away for 4. A bold beginning from Wesley Marshall.
Is he telling himself that there's no way that I cannot perform? I need to make sure that my team get a good start. The ball was there, under his eye, and he launches it for a boundary.
Now, he would have played for many years with a lot of these players on the Eastern side. Of course, when we first saw him, he was playing for Easterns. Then he was snapped up by the Titans for a franchise contract, and now he's been chosen by Northwest. Oh, mix-up, big mix-up. Oh, and it's a poor throw. They're asking a question. They're asking a question. I think the umpire, he's gonna go over to his partner. Now, we had this the other day. If the batsman changes his running line, there is a problem and he can be given out obstructing the field. But if he runs in a straight line, one that doesn't try and get in the way of the ball, he's okay. This is a tough decision to make early doors. What's the soft signal, gentlemen? Not out is the soft signal. So there's got to be conclusive evidence that Eben Botha changed his running line here. Wesley Marshall doesn't seem to think so. Don't see much panic in young Eben Botha as well. Nevertheless, it was an interesting run. So watch Botha, off he goes, makes a big loop back, but he's not trying to get in the way of the ball, so I think he'll be okay.
But he's way too far, in any case, from the wicket. But if you're saying that he was on his way, you look the way he turned. That's another thing as well that they need to put into consideration.
Yeah, just a misfortune that it struck the batsman, and a bit of ill luck for Eastern Storm early, but he wasn't making a deliberate attempt or changing a running line. There's a scampered signal. We haven't seen some great running. There's not such brilliant communication between these two. Another look. He's come a long way. Look at that loop he makes to get back, though. Snyman not happy at all, hence the question, but adjudged to be safe.
Not bad start from Snyman as well. He's bowling in that good area. Ball is not turning. Not again. There will be some run out here.
Yes, you're there.
It's a good opening over from Yuri Snyman. It's gone for just 5.
That's the Northwest Dragon lineup. Marshall and Bota, Pillay, Petersi,
Attach towards you.
Uchasami.
That's middle.
I'm interested if that is the batting order. That means Heinrich Peterse, who was sort of lost in the game yesterday because the partnership between Suniran Mutasamy and Shailen Pillay took a lot of overs out of the way. He's been pushed to number 4. Maybe they feel he can provide a bit more of an injection, but he's early in his career. Here's Arnold. Two's the call. They'll get it easily.
So the only man that will entertain us here is Marshall. Probably that's why he's still trying to get his eye in.
Yeah, I think these front two, Mackay, are very important to the Northwest Dragons. There's the ones with the strike rates that are high and show if they bat for any length of time, they'll score freely. The rest are more accumulators than players that go over the top and get boundaries.
All right.
Good length.
Let's get it.
I always, asking myself if you're finding the better defending and the ball hit the splice of the bat, what makes the bowler change the length? Because your line is good, and then he hit the splice of the bat very hard, but that one he hit the toe. But I look at the way that he actually batted going back, it gives you a sign that
Pulled away, he's picked up the length well. That's smashed out into the deep and away for 4.
that's exactly what we just talked about now. Changing of the length. That was there. Or they just change the direction of the ball.
Yeah, it's a good yard shorter than the previous one in which he got a defensive shot, but not even been 2 yards shorter. So it gives the batsman time to get into position, rock back and smash it over mid-wicket. It was a good stroke from Marshall. Back on target.
My question was going to the direction of, do you learn within those things that you've seen how the batsman defend, or how did he pull or cut you? Then you adjust yourself accordingly. That one bit down leg, but otherwise the length is good.
Chip down the ground. Just the single, but just losing his balance a little in the stroke, Marshall. Got off to a bright start. He's 12 off 9. They need him to be out there for a good quotient of the innings. You saw him get out for naught earlier in the competition to a delivery similar to this. He just tried to hit it a little hard and punched it straight to mid-on. So maybe this is a tactic to try and go very straight to him.
Good cricketers, you don't need to hit that ball in the direction of mid-off. You can just turn the bat and then it goes down lane.
Round the wicket to Botha. Oh, misjudged that. 7 from the over, 2 done. It's 12 for none.
I like the pace. 132. So much of some of the cricketers, they want to clock that 140.
We've reached almost the culmination of the pool stages. So we're going to take a look at the best performers. Here's the leading wicket takers. And there he is from Southwestern Districts. Nobody's got past his 7 on the very first pool. Herschel America. He was a revelation. He bowled with great skill, no great pace, but good control, a little bit of swing. Very good at the death. Neil Bartman only played 2 games. He's got 6, as did Michael Pretorius. Abrams has been impressive. Van Dijk was quick for the Northern Cape. Bowls him! Big wicket. Snyman induces the rash stroke from Botha, who runs past it and it smashes into the stumps. He's gone for naught. It's a great start for the Storm.
Botha, he got too bored too quickly, and he decided he's going to leave his crease, advance through the gap, and the off stump was tumbled. Botha gone for nothing on the board. 13 for 1.
Big wicket. And it's early to make a call like big wicket, but it is just given the strike rates of the front 2. You get one of them out and it puts a bit of pressure on the remaining big hitter. Does he change his game because he knows he's the last remaining real boundary clearer? Got a little impetuous. He hadn't faced much. And he felt the need off the 4th ball he faced to clear the inner ring. He's been valuable, has Yuri Snyman, both with ball and with bat.
If you look at the way that he got out, the bat was absolutely in the wrong direction. If he would have hit straight, he would have gotten to the ball. But he tried to hit across the line. So there was a massive gap between bat and pad. So that's the reason he was out.
Played nicely earlier in the tournament to get his best score of 60 not out and a match-winning performance. Shailen Pillay. They certainly need him now to feed Marshall the strike, but to stay positive in mind at this early stage inside the power play. He faces Snyman.
Yes, man, yes, man, yes, man, yes, Yura, yes, Yura. Start me la ulu boy. Okay. Start me la ulu. Okay. Good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Beautiful. I like the keeper, how he communicates with his fellow colleagues. He's looking around to his fielders. He just said to one of the fielders, don't come in quickly.
He's off the mark. There's no hurt, there's no damage being done inside this power play to the Storm at this stage. Just 2 from the over.
जो भी बंदा नया आता जा रहा है प्लीज लाइक करते जाए और सब्सक्राइब करते जाए और शेयर जरूर करें अपने दोस्तों के साथ प्लीज गाइस.
Very good over Snyman. A wicket and just 2 from it. 14 for 1 from 3.
Pressure will start building. This is how Botha got out. Advanced down the wicket. He tried to hit across the line. If he had to hit straight, he will have gotten to the ball. The bottom got into him. Watching Marshall on the other end, getting some runs, and he wanted to put something on the board.
Yeah, that's middle.
And he misjudged the length.
Right arm over, Taylor.
Good start by the Storm. They certainly put the wind up the Dolphins. Yes, they should have probably won that match. Here's Arnold. Nicely driven, but not through. They had the winning of the game against another Division 1 side, the Dolphins. They were in cruise control when Thompson and Rousseau were going, and then a couple of indifferent strokes towards the latter part when coolness was required, and then de Pavillon's brilliant spell saw the Dolphins home by 8 runs. But Easterns will believe today they can put one over another Division 1 side, they being a Division 2 side. They want to join Southwestern Districts as the only other Division 2 side in the playoffs.
It would have been nice to see 2 teams. That's the summary of the first game, or yesterday's game. My apology. Dolphins get to 155 and Eastern Storm 147. That was a close game.
Yeah, it was. It shouldn't have been. As you see, Rousseau and Thompson were going really well. They were 118 for 2 inside the 16th over, and then didn't score another 30 runs and fell 8 short. But de Pavillon was quite outstanding at the death. Most economical spell of the entire tournament. Flat batted to mid-on for 1.
What we looking for here, boy?
Arnold not doing a bad job at all. Running hard, hitting the right areas. Good seam. Beautiful to watch. Fast bowler being able to control the seam of the ball. Nothing beats that. Seeing the seam tailing down, coming out of the hand.
Oh, I tell you what, he's feeling to some degree the need, having lost his aggressive opening partner, to play some big shots, and they're not coming off.
Change of the pace. And Marshall wanted to hoof that one out of here.
This is a clever start by the Eastern Storm. They've played very disciplined cricket. Other than the last 5 overs yesterday afternoon, they've looked a decent outfit. They could be setting the Northwest Dragons up for a fall. Wow, that is going to be huge. The crack of the bat, you knew that was 6 all the time. That is a lovely strike from Wesley Marshall.
That's the Marshall we know. Had a lot about him as a big hitter. The ball was there to be hit too full. And he didn't even think twice.
You just saw Matthew Arnold's head drop. He could hear by the sound that it was out the ground. Big hit. It's good batting because he's taken a single off the last ball of the over, so he'll keep the strike in this power play. It's 22 for 1 from 4.
Marshall, he hasn't timed the ball sweetly yet. But with that big hit, probably good. He could be saying that now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to launch.
Where's changer? Got him over.
Just a slight change in the batting order. Mutasamy slipped down 1 to 5 and Peterson elevated to 4. Perhaps that's all about intent inside the power play, should he be required. Looking forward to seeing Dwan Janssen coming in at 7. Been out with injury for the first 2 games, but in this must-win situation, he's being risked for the last game in the pool stages. Here's Erasmus, a bowling change. And he's sent packing over the top, not out the middle of the bat, so it'll plug a little bit in the soft outfield. And they're back for 2.
Marshall looked to bring the ball back. No, man, sorry. Erasmus. Bring the ball back to Marshall. Marshall just hit through the line.
It's well bowled, nice and full. I think this is quite a teasing challenge here because there's not a lot of pace about Erasmus. He's just medium pace. The sort of pace I think Wesley Marshall fancies, particularly with mid on and mid off up. So if he gets the length he wants, he's really going to be looking to loft him down the ground. Erasmus knows this, so how's he going to change his pace, just keep his length exactly right? Swings it away into the deep, on the bounce, just the one.
Marshall wants to hit hard. Erasmus needs to be clever here. Is either he changes the pace and try to bowl a little bit wider or use the crease. That was a push behind. You can say that he's turning his hand inside the ball.
Different proposition to Pillay because his method of attack won't be as belligerent as Marshall. Oh, what a catch! He's lashed that straight to cover, and we've seen many catches go down, 46 so far in the tournament, but there's a good one.
That tells you the lack of pace. You're forcing the ball, you want to hit hard. This is how he gets out. Straight to the man. The covers. So that's exactly the line I was talking about. Just try to bowl outside off stump and forcing the batsman to come to you. Pillay gone for 2, 25 for 2.
Early problems. Early problems for the Northwest Dragons. Erasmus kept his cool, kept the ball up to Pillay. Pillay 2 off 6, thinks I've got to drive this on the up, and picks out cover. Not trying to clear the inner ring, he's trying to keep it down, but didn't get on top of it. Good catch by Thompson.
That's the line I was talking about. It was a 10-2. He looked like he's pushing the ball instead of bowling it, not finishing. It's Pettis coming in at number 4.
Batted 5 yesterday and didn't really have much opportunity behind Pillay and Mutasamy. In fact, he got one not out of 1 ball because he didn't have the time. So I think they've perhaps gone, okay, if he's a little bit more free and easier player, let's get him inside the power play and try and get him off to a flying start. But they're under pressure. They're going it over, not even a runner ball inside this power play of the Dragons. Erasmus goes round the wicket to Peterson. Scampered single. Oh, I tell you, oh, there's going to be overthrows here. This is going to go all the way to the fence for 5, and the fielder chasing's pulled up with a hamstring. Oh, it's all gone wrong. It's 5 runs.
In the ball hit one of the batters.
It
reminds. Look at him. He put his hand up. Should that been called back?
No, I tell you what, it reminds you so much of that World Cup final where it hit
England
Ben Stokes and deflected off to the fence. Yeah, where the batsman wouldn't run again. They would never. Sportsmanship would have prevailed, and they would have said, if it doesn't go to the fence, we're not going to run. But they can do nothing about the ball crossing the rope. So once it's done that, 5 runs, and it does look, and he's pulled up as a hamstring injury as well for Koopman. So everything possible went wrong for the Storm in that delivery.
He had a sniper. He had a sniper as he close to get to the ball.
Let's have another look. Down the leg side, strikes the body. Sharp single, shy. And I don't think it hit the batsman. I think that the fielder hasn't gathered it. Nobody's backing up, and it goes all the way through everything. Let's just see if it does deflect off the batter. He's in. No, it beats him. Over the top they go. Back to that in a moment. Not sweetly timed again by Marshall, but they're starting to pick up some useful runs here. Another couple. In the midst of all of it, the end result was a pulled hamstring, it would appear, for Gian Koopman. 10 from the over. It's 32 for 2.
That must be painful. That must be painful. Pulling a hammy as you're chasing the ball. You can see that the pain is going through his veins straight to the head.
Just a touch away. That is two.
Well, we saw a serious injury to Pranellan Sabrian earlier in the day when he leapt into the air to take a catch and landed very badly on his right ankle, and he too was carried off into the ambulance. I don't know, we'll try and find out about the magnitude of that injury for Dolphins prospects in the playoff, just a week away before they'll be involved there, so not a lot of time for recovery for Sabrian. Similarly for Koopman. Here's Gumedi. He's been really good in this tournament, this young left armer. Just 22 years of age, only 9 matches, but he's got excellent numbers already, and it's just a simple method. He just tries to swing it in a little bit to right-handers, away from left-handers. Bowls a very straight line, nice control. He goes to Peterson.
He's definitely my second peak from the bodies behind the Tupa. He's kept everything simple, running in, hit the right area. Simple action.
Very simple.
Always good to watch.
He looks a bit like an under-19 fellow Mnyanda, who we've just seen in the previous games. Similar method. Worked away for one. There's the shy. Oh, that was good fielding. Good effort at mid-wicket. Lockmer.
I like that front arm. See, he's actually almost like he's directing his ball that I need you to go that way. That was close.
Would have been in. So they've just got the run rate above run a ball. Last over of the power play. Oh dear, another. They've worked overtime today, have the medical staff. High away over cover. Again, he's got more underneath it than he's got distance on it. He's timed a couple. The 6 over long off was a beautiful crack, and he's punched one down the ground over mid off the spinner early. But other than that, he just seems to be getting underneath it rather than, you know, maybe the weight going back as he hits it.
And he hits the toe of his bat, and then every single one except the one that he hit for 6. Most of them, they don't even middle the bat.
That's through for 4. That's a poor delivery. That's full and wide. You've still got to thread the needle, but that's much better from Wesley Marshall.
As you're saying, when he wants to clear the boundary, he's actually hit it from behind. He doesn't transfer his weight to the front. He rocks back. Beautiful. Too full. Action and everything is perfect. Just the length that he missed up this one. And that one was a slower ball as well, of Qatar.
Oh, he's hit that. This is going all the way. He's really middled that, and it's cleared the straight boundary for 6. This is better, and this is danger. If Wesley Marshall gets in this mood, you could be in trouble.
Much better transforming of his body. Look at him. He hit that one sweet. The length was not bad this time. Umede is under pressure.
He goes short. He's been hit for 6 again. What a way to bring up the 50. That's a smashing over from Wesley Marshall. He's raced to 43. It's 51 for 2 after the power play.
He has smashed that one to the other side of the mountain.
19 from that over, and it's just what they needed at the end of the power play. So let's have a look at the power play that really didn't go the way of the Dragons until that last over. A couple of good strokes from Marshall, but all your boundaries you see will be Marshall. Water gets bowled for naught. There was that lovely straight 6 from Marshall. Pillay caught at cover by Thompson. Very good catch. Reward for Erasmus. This is back live. They're calling for 2. But all you want to do, well, Peterson now, is give the bowling to Wesley Marshall, because the match has changed. 52 for 2 now in the 7th over, a run rate of 8.4 to the over. Marshall already on 43 at the end of a power play, having taken 19 off that Gamedi over. Different pressures on the Eastern Storm.
Everything has changed. The pressure now been transferred. Beautiful.
Oh, what a shot.
I'm sorry, Mr. P. I had to take that.
They can have it in stereo at home, because that was a great shot.
It was there to be smashed. Look at that. Full. Erasmus missing the length completely. Marshall say thank you. Take that.
It's a nice juicy half volley, but it's got to be dealt with, and that was packed away. I think one of the biggest pluses here for Northwest is Wesley Marshall's faced 24 balls, which is 4 full overs. It's only 6.5 overs, so the other 15 balls have been faced by the rest of the team. 2 are out, so he's at the bulk of the bowling, and now he's looking in touch. He's been able to take the game away from the Storm. You need to get rid of him or get him off strike, one of the two.
They need wickets. Marshall has been on a dry side of the runs. He started very slowly until he find his rhythm. Now he's on it. He's hitting the ball so sweet. Even the fielders, they don't even know. Drop and run, perfect.
What's good about it as well, it's at the 5th ball of the over, so he knows he's setting himself up to probably face the last over, and saying to Peterson, well, if you want to take a bit of a risk now, you can, because I'm on strike, I'm in control of things. If Peterson gets one off the last ball,
प्लीज दोस्तों लाइक और सब्सक्राइब ठोक के करिए, आपकी मदद की बहुत जरूरत है दोस्तों. लाइक और सब्सक्राइब प्लीज करते रहिए.
Been a very good start for the Dragons.
32 runs off 13 balls, this partnership. What a start. Nicely turned. 2's the call. Not sure there is 2 there. No, there won't be. So 7 from the over, 7 done. It's 58 for 2. It's a run rate of 8.3 to the over. That's looking far better now for the Northwest Dragons after the indifferent start, losing 2 early wickets, Botha for naught and Pillay for 2. There you can see that big over of 19 off Gamedi. A couple of useful skylines just around it have given them some impetus. It's time for a change up here. It's Monty Zondeki and Ryan Bailey.
Thank you, Brett. New bowler. Grant Thompson brings himself on. 8th over. Northwest Dragons had started really slowly, lost an early wicket of Botha, but his partnership is looking fruitful. 33 of 14 already. Picked up the run rate as well.
Might be a bit lucky there, boys. They're missing out on the 2. The only thing about maybe he's 2 there to get a 50 there, Marsh.
Yeah, I think Wesley Marshall heard the build-up this morning with Crystal Arnold and tied him to be one of the impact players, one of the players that needs to stand up in this crunch game. The winner, of course, goes through to the semi-finals next week in Kimberley.
It's in the air. They're calling for 2. That's good running. Once again, big outfield. He didn't hit it very well. And that's his 50. 50 of 27. He's played really well. Hasn't scored much in the tournament so far, but it's a big game. And he scored some very valuable runs for the Northwest Dragons today.
50 coming of 27 deliveries. He bludgeoned the ball to all parts. 3 sixes, 4 fours. And he's not done yet. His team needs him to continue.
Call of 2 again. Coming back. Ooh, it's close. That is close. I get the feeling if it was a direct hit, he would have been out. That's good running nonetheless, putting the fielders under pressure.
Yeah, good running because it wasn't a direct hit. And you can hear the early call of 2-2-2. Peter, I think he was gone for money if it was a direct hit. Let's have a look. Yep, could have been gone. So luck just running with the Dragons at the moment. They have a man in on 52 of 28 and Peter 4 of 6.
Might be called wide. Taking pace off the ball once again. I think we'll see a lot of that in the second game, the afternoon game, the wicket match. Just slow down just a little bit. Might take some turn as well. Pulled. It was short once again. It's good on that short ball. Just one. It's got protection out there. A lot of protection on the onside.
It's only going to be the order of the day here for Grant Thompson. All he's going to do is going to take pace off it. I'm surprised the keeper is not standing up. Let the keeper back, but pace off it. Leg side field, all on the boundary. Force Wesley Marshall. If he wants to hit sixes, he's going to hit it over those fielders' heads.
Bit of extra bounce. It's hit him on the hand. That might hurt. Actually, some really steep extra bounce hitting Peters on his hand.
Quite sure we can't really see if it was a seam up delivery or he held it cross seam. It happens, we've said it before, it's cross seam and hits the rope. Once it hits the rope, it bounces then steeples, and it's a very good tactic to use, especially if the ball goes dead, if the wicket doesn't assist you. I'm not sure. You're always keeping the batsman honest. Just hit him on the thumb. Can't be fun, it's not sore, especially the bottom hand where the power comes from.
Good stroke. 1 to end the over. A good run from Thompson. 8 off it, 66 for 2.
So out of the 66 runs by the Dragons, Wesley Marshall has scored 53 of them, and this is how he's done it. Clinical on anything short, anything too full. Just listen to the sound that it makes off the bat. Pure striking. This field is definitely not big enough for him. So Peterson, he just gets some medical treatment. That's his wagon wheel.
Favors the onside slightly, 34 of the onside. And then 19 coming from the offside. Very square on the onside, so that'll probably be some of the pull shots that he's played. They've gone all the way. And they hit some nice straight drives over the top for sixes too. So he's played all around the field, not just strong on one side of it, but he has favored the onside just a tad bit.
Not too many dab and runs down to third man, is there?
When you see Donnie, tell him I can't find it.
Definitely not running it down to third man and running hard. Everything's in front of the wicket. He powers the ball. And this is why we have a stoppage in play. Peters just getting hit on the thumb from Thompson, and an unlikely Thompson, yes. It is sore, it hurts, and you can have a look here. See the grimace on his face. It hurts. That left thumb, it is painful.
The knockouts starting on Tuesday the 19th in Kimberley. Quarterfinal number 1, SWD versus the Titans, and then the Knights follow against Western Province. The next day, Dolphins, Warriors, and then the Rocks versus the winners of this game. Runners-up of this game, sorry. And then Thursday, quarterfinal, semi-finals 1 and 2. Then the final, the big one on the 22nd. It's going to be a really exciting tournament. Lots of runs on offer in Kimberley, the times that we have been there. So should expect some big blows coming up on a smaller field than this. New bowler, played in August. Best of 2 for 16, age of 31. So he's been around for a while, 23 matches only. The average is high.
Left on medium pace. Take pace off it as well. So that's the key right now. I don't see too many spinners in the bowling attack of the Eastern Storm. They're going to go with Grant Thompson, pace off. Mr. August, pace.
Mutasami, the captain. This is why he's there. Straight down the throat of the man at long on. And a comfortable catch for Botha. It's the third wicket they've lost. You just have to wonder if that blow to the hand or his thumb didn't affect him at all. He was in a bit of pain. And the timing was off. The captain, Mutasami, best of 57. Decent strike rate, just over 100. And average of just under 25. Man of lots of experience And he'll know that he'll just need to stick around with Marshall while he's still going and take this as deep as they can and build one big partnership.
This is where the Eastern Storm can just build a bit of pressure on Wesley Marshall. He cannot play his natural game of trying to clear the boundary riders. He's got to make sure he gets the captain in, Mutasami. Want to build another partnership here. So he's got to be circumspect.
Calls it is 2, but he realized that he hit the ball too well. One, and once again, good work on the outfield.